Welcome back to Breakfast Television here on City TV. The trend continues in my 25-year broadcast career. Every single year I've had the chance to say, New Year, New You. It's what we do here on Breakfast Television. You know what? Simone Hodgkinson with us now, Heaven's Fitness. We've got some great demos coming up from Cindy and Brenda. Am I right with these names? Oh, perfect. We're going to focus on a couple of things here because we could talk all day.
We could.
Because this is everybody. It seems like every second person wants to get in shape or, you know, keep that fitness up. You find you're so busy this time of the year. But I guess the key is not to just be busy for the first 10 days of 2019, but to stretch it out.
And that's so true, and that's exactly where the fitness industry is heading because, you know, we used to train really hard and really strong, and then we'd train for 4 weeks, and then we'd be injured, and then we'd give up. Whereas the trends for 2019 are heading us to what we call intelligent training, being smart with your training. And one of the biggest trends we have is something called functional training.
And I like that you call, you know, it's called functional training, so to me that's super practical because I think when you hear trend in fitness, you think it's going to be going the way of the dinosaur very quickly. But functional is just that.
It absolutely is. I mean, and when you look at your body and how it moves, it likes to move as one big unit. You know, if you're going to put something away from the dishwasher to the cupboard, you know, you're not going to move like a robot. You're going to use your whole body. So one great functional pattern we have is a squat with a rotational plane. So you're moving and driving from the heel all the way up to the hand. So you're turning from the hip, because the hip is the center of the body, and that's where all the movement should be driven from, so that you offload the pressure all the way through.
This is in the kitchen or the living room, wherever you want to do it.
Anywhere. You could do it on the dance floor too, if you prefer.
On the dance floor, yeah, there you go. But wait, I'm shocked, Simone, this isn't a $200 a month gym fee.
No, but it's an
intelligent
way to train. And you can load it, you can add weights to it. This is just the basis of it. Another functional pattern we have, and what's really important, especially as we age, is that we have to be able to get up off the ground. Or we have to be able to get down onto the ground to play with the grandkids.
Yes.
So one pattern we have is what we call the functional get-up from kneeling. And it basically, you're using the strength of the glutes to power you up, driving into the heel to come up to standing. And Brenda's got a modification where we can do it sometimes with a chair or the back of the couch. But you've got to practice getting up from the ground. That's where we began, and that's where we've got to get our exercise back to.
Get off the ground. It looks so simple, but I'll tell you, do 10 of those.
Oh,
you'll be out of breath.
Yes, your buttocks will know about those.
My buttocks, nobody wants to think about that. From functional to AR, as I call it, because I'm hip, active recovery. Now, a lot of the times you talk about, you know, pre and post workout. What is active recovery? How would you define it?
Well, active recovery is basically taking care of your body. It's like giving yourself a self-massage. We're working with what we call fascia release, knowing that the body is covered in fascia. The recent research indicates that we are one muscle. And by doing self-fascial work, you can actually increase your blood flow, but also you can train longer. You can keep coming back to the gym. So with all the trends of, you know, last year being high-intensity training, this year we're taking care of ourselves, doing active recovery on our days off, doing yoga, doing steady-state walking as active recovery, or doing some self-release using the rollers to release all the soft tissues.
And, you know, the thing is, if you're doing it right, I have my roller at home. I have 2 of them. I lost one, bought another. I got rollers for days. If it hurts, you're doing it right. Hurt?
If it feels good.
After it feels good. During, you're saying, what am I doing here? This is painful.
You should be aware of it.
Okay, so don't get hurt.
Yes.
And that's why we talk to an expert like Simone from Heavens. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate it. We're running out of time here. But the takeaway for me is to do it right.
Do it right.
And make it your year.